Alright, welcome everybody. Sorry for delayed response. We're shuttling people back and forth from the car wash. A little bit of a crazy day, so welcome to Busan. So here you see, over here is the actual point. Both teams will come from the right and the left. This is a control map, meaning both teams will try to take control of the centralized point. They'll spawn each of these directions, and then progress towards here, towards this central point. So for the Horde, we've got Agent Tech, we've got PC-19, which is DC Fuse, we've got Teambri, we've got El Guapo, we've got PC-14, which is, don't know who's playing that, and then PC-16 is Boom. So we had some players trying to log in, they couldn't log in. Again, we had to really cram to get this match in here. So it looks like the Horde are going to be running a Hanzo, a Reinhardt, a Ana, a Zarya, a Cole Cassidy, and a Lucio. Actually, it looks like Agent Tech switched over to a Sim. And for the Wolves, they're going to be running a Ball, a Reinhardt, a Cole Cassidy, Ashe, an Ana, and a Bat. Alright, so the Horde does a good job driving them back, securing the point. The point's going to unlock here in just a second, then they'll start earning credit towards the point. And pretty quickly they captured the point, largely uncontested by the Wolves, as the Wolves kind of consolidate, figure out what they want to do here. Trying to consolidate here, but the Horde's still holding the point, largely just using the drum, waiting for the Wolves to make their move here towards the point. Mainly just doing a little bit of probing here and there. No sense for the Horde to push forward. They're doing a really good job just being disciplined, holding back. Red-haired dude does get a pick on the Cole Cassidy. But Horde managed to get to 38%, 39%. Here they come now. They are coming in. They did manage to get one pick, but the Horde are back to full strength. But now they're actually being more aggressive, so. Here comes High Noon coming in for red-haired dude. Doesn't catch anybody there for the Horde. Horde's still doing a good job holding the point. Hammer Strike comes in. Hammer Strike takes out the Ana from the Wolves. Horde doing a good job at 64%, but the Wolves ultimately take the point. Horde are going to retract back, kind of back around this corner. Here comes Bob. Do throw the Bob back there, but the Horde are going to get back here. Here comes a High Noon by PC-14. Does catch the Ana. And here comes the Horde pushing in here. Now that they're down to support, they should make their move. They should be a little bit aggressive here, moving in a little bit more deliberately. Reinhardt does take out the Zarya from the Horde, so the Horde are going to charge back here with the Wolves at 33%, 34% and counting. We're setting back up here. They do have TP here. Let's see if they can make something happen. They do have a few ultimates here, but so do the Wolves. We've got the Zarya ultimate and the Sigma. Zarya, El Guapo gets out there. Zarya on Zarya battle. Not sure why he pushed with the rest of the team. They're going to have to reassemble here. That was a premature push. Not sure if they made the call. Try that, but they are back to full strength, and here they are pushing. A little bit disjointed again. They're down a player. Anytime you add a player to the mix that's not used to playing with the team, can cause problems. Reinhardt charges in here. Here comes another High Noon coming in. Doesn't catch anybody from the Horde. Big fire strike. Zarya ultimate comes in. Here comes Bob getting unleashed. The Horde doing a good job though, but a couple big eliminations there by the Ashe from the Wolves. Going to take out two of the Horde members, but Horde's still holding strong here on the point, trying to contest here. with the Wolves moving to 95%, they can't give up too much ground. They got to fight some of these fights, and the Horde needs to be more aggressive moving here towards point. And they just weren't. Really disjointed attack there by the Horde B team. So hopefully they get together, get a little bit more synchronized on the second half. Again, they were out there at the playing some, I should say doing some car washing, so they might be a little bit tired. But good round there by the Wolves, not to take anything from them. But really just the Horde having a hard time getting together after that initial good defense with the Wolves more probing them. They really had trouble getting things together. Players that normally are really disciplined, really pushing out ahead of the rest of the team. So things we need to work on. Obviously things we need to clean up before NAF. Alright, so looks like the Horde's going for more of a dive comp, running the Doom Winston combo. Agent Tech running Genji this time. So we'll see how this shakes out for the Horde. This is a good dive map because you can dive from the top down into this little pit area. A little skirmish taking place out front here. For the Wolves, they're running a similar comp, running a Soldier 76, but quickly Doom and Agent Tech are taken out. And with the objective being active, one of the Wolves members smartly going to run down, capture point, and they're going to clean up the rest of this Horde B team. Minus Guapo playing Zarya this time. He's going to try to retreat, but kind of gets himself out there. He is able to get back with his team, though. So Horde taking the low ground here. See if they work their way back to low ground, or looks like the entire team's going to try to come up through. Actually, they're moving their way back up now. Going to try this high ground assault, which is probably a better call since they're more of a dive comp. You want to dive in from the high ground to disrupt, get in the back line, take out the support elements for the opposing team, and then work your way back through the tanks and the DPS. So here they come. Would like to see that transition happen a little bit quicker. Here comes the dive in. Monkey Bubble comes out, but he's all by himself on that dive. Doom does not follow him in. The rest of the team's slow, and if you run that dive comp and you're not synchronized on the push, it's a huge liability. So Guapo's out here kind of by himself as the tank, and the Horde are going to have to reset here. So dive needs to be a really synchronized effort. It really needs to be a coordinated effort among the team, and again, this team just is not moving in very synchronized format today. So we'll see if they can get this fixed. And it looks like Guapo just got booped by a dynamite by Ash. Not sure how that happened. Alright, so Monkey's gonna dive in here again. They're down one of their main tanks, but with time being of the essence, they need to make something happen here. Monkey Winston does get elimination on their support. Another couple nice eliminations there with Agent Tech. DC-19, DC Fuse. But they are in overtime. They cannot surrender this point anymore. But with a big Reinhardt charge, that's going to take out Monkey. Agent Tech gets taken out. Ana here is trying to hold. Manages to out jump. Here comes Doomfist coming in. So Horde B team quickly picked off, and the Wolves are going to win this first map pretty quickly. Good round there by the Wolves. Horde B really struggling to find an answer there.
Play of the game.
Here's play of the game. Reinhardt for the Wolves. Managed to use his hammer and a fire strike to take out Agent Tech Sim. Gonna charge in here with the charge, take out the Lucio. So good first round by the Wolves. Let's go ahead and credit them their point for that first round. And we'll take a short break, come back here with round two. So we'll be right back. Alright, welcome back and welcome to Havana. This is a second map. This is an escort mission.
Initiating match.
Sorry about that. Clicked on the wrong map there. So Wolves with a Alright, so we'll see what kind of comps these teams are going to run. The typical defenses are to play either high ground, where you dedicate all your resources to high ground, combination of high ground, low ground, where you'll put a shield and a DPS up top, and then use the low ground corner hold, or the low ground hold, which, you know, I think is a more preferred hold for this team, but we'll see what they come out with and what Coach Jeff has in the mix for them. Looks like they're going to be running a Sigma, a BAP, Rissa, Cole Cassidy, Brigitte, and Torb. And for the Wolves, who are pushing the payload, they're going to be running a Zarya, a Reinhardt, a Widow, a Ashe, a Ana, and a BAP. So it looks like the Horde's going for more of a high ground hold here. Let's see if they're able to get some picks. They really don't have a DPS to get those long-range picks outside of Cole Cassidy, if he's able to get some long-range picks. But with that Widow on the other side, kind of puts them at a little bit of a liability. We'll see if this B team and this tactic holds for them. They do have that Torb turret up top, which quickly gets taken out by Zarya. So trying for that big high ground hold, but with both the Brigitte and Cole Cassidy taken out, the Horde are going to have to drop down here. They need to surrender that high ground hold and move down to hold this point, or else they're going to surrender this first point. So they do manage to jump down here and do a better job laying some fires on the opposing team. To get this Torb turret out there, it was doing some damage, so it's a benefit of having that Torb. That Torb turret can do some significant damage if it's left unchecked. Got the double shield here, quickly taken care of by the Wolves, though. Again, the Horde are in blue, the Wolves are in red. Wolves push really quickly, but the Horde are doing a nice job responding with the defense once they come to the ground. I really think they should have started with more of a low ground hold versus that high ground hold, because you give up so much ground initially. But 3 big picks there by the Wolves is going to let them secure the first point and push here towards the second. You can see Torb up top here. Ashe managed to take out a Guapo. The Wolves pushing pretty much uncontested through the first section of the Serpentine. Let's see if the Horde can make them pay. Again, they're trying to play high ground here. I think the high ground play is a little bit of a challenge for them right now. Then they send Bob right up. You can see Bob's right there, but he gets taken out. The Wolves just pretty much summarily pushing this payload. They're going to get here the second point pretty quickly. So 5 minutes on the clock, a long time. But we'll see if the Horde can hold this third point here. Again, I think without having a really accurate DPS really hurts this team. Something they really need to work on is finding out who that DPS is going to be and who's going to be able to get those long-range picks. Especially if you plan on running a high ground comp like that, you really need that player that can accurately get those eliminations. Alright, there's the Torb ultimate. Does manage to catch the Soldier 76, that lava. Sigma ultimate comes in. They do manage to pick up a couple more, so good job by DC Fuse. With that combination, the Torb ultimate backed them up, kind of consolidated them there behind the payload, and with that Sig ultimate, did some real good damage with some follow-up eliminations. So Widowmaker, big shot. You can see that whiz right by our ear, and take out the. And another elimination on Agent Tech. You got to worry about your sight lines. That's why they can't be out in the open like that when you're playing a Widowmaker. Again, that game sense, something we need to work on in practices, is acknowledging when that Widowmaker's out there, really dancing and keeping your sight lines clear. You can see Bob gets shot out there. Bob gets a nice elimination, a couple eliminations. Nice placement of Bob out there right in front of the payload. Horde are going to be in emergency mode here, but with them just keep getting taken out, Soldier 76 just wearing out the Horde coming out of the spawn. And that's going to allow them to push here pretty quickly with 3 minutes and 19 seconds. Big challenge before this B team.
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
So switching sides here.
Initiating match.
Horde B team will have to push the payload. All right, we'll get reset up here for the second push. So the Horde B team, this is a must-do. They must get all 3 pushes or this match is over. And they'll take a loss for this round. This is round 3 of the season. We still got a couple more weeks until NAF. So a couple more weeks to get ready, but still lots to work on for this team. Still is a pretty young team in the general sense of things, but most of them have a few seasons under their belt, so this is where things really usually start to come together. After having a few good seasons and then playing together, hopefully they'll be able to make some magic happen here soon, particularly leading into NAF. Alright, so it looks like they are playing a high ground. Again, they have an Ash, seems to be a pretty accurate. They also have Soldier 76, red-haired dude. Again, having accurate long-range fires is really critical on this map, especially if you're playing high ground. Now, they're playing more of the low ground, which is my preferred play on this map, just because I think it gives you more options. When that payload gets up here, you can use that payload for defense. So probably the smarter hold, but the Horde doing a good job pushing so far into that defense. But then just like that, DC Fuse playing Reinhardt gets taken out. A couple more picks take up both DPS for the Horde. So the Horde are going to have to retreat or sacrifice themselves and move back to spawn. So again, the reason I like playing that low ground hold is you can see this Wolves team is going to be able to settle back in here behind the payload, use that for defense. And now the Horde are going to have to both cover some open ground in order to get behind that, or go for the flank. They can go for the flank behind or through the building. So we'll see if they decide to take advantage of that. But again, El Guapo playing BAP this time gets taken out. Toombury Zarya gets taken out. Trading eliminations on both sides, but the advantage to the Wolves. Sorry, I have to fix my stream. I've been alerted that I'm frozen in a not so favorable position on the screen. There we go. Now we're back in operational. Alright, so Horde's still struggling to push this payload. Big picks by red hair dude, Chastity Love. Red hair dude gets another pick and a team wipe. So we'll see if we got some comp changes in here. Again, we've got players that normally play tank or playing support right now, with one of our main support players not being able to play today. It's making it hard on this team when you got to switch your comps before the match. But coming out a little bit more aggressively this time, they do manage to get to this payload and round this corner, so nice job there. getting past that corner is really critically, particularly if another team has some really accurate DPS, which it appears they do. Between red-haired dude and Winter, really get some nice long-range picks. Let's make it hard on the Horde. There you see red-haired dude get a couple of nice eliminations. That's going to send the Horde back to spawn. They're going to have to reset here. 1 minute, 11 seconds on the clock. Looks like another comp change for the Horde. Looks like they got a Junkrat in there.
60 seconds remaining.
It's a big charge. Sent that Orisa flying back into that little barn area. They do manage to take care of that Soldier 76, so that should let them get here to the first point, unless it's tried to contest. Looks like the Wolves are going to settle to try to hold this second point here. So good job by the Horde to battle back. It was looking pretty dire there for a second, but they got together a couple comp changes. Looked like it helped them. And they have a pretty good complement of ultimates there. 4 ultimates. Using these angles, let their payload get a little bit of distance here. See if they want to use that Hammer Strike and Zarya ultimate. But red-haired dude, a couple big picks. Take out both support for the Horde. Here comes Bob again. They throw Bob out there. The Horde are just going to have to settle back. Bob does get an elimination. And the Horde are going to have to reset here. Alright, here comes the Horde again. Here comes the junk tire. Let's see where the junk tire winds up. See if we can get past these shields here. Unclear where that junk tire might have got shot. That was a long time for your junk tire to be running. And big eliminations on both sides there. Advantage is going to be to the Wolves, and the Horde are going to have to reset their push. The Horde are going to have to reset. Minute 24 seconds left on the clock. We're coming out the top side. Ash dropping some dynamite down. And here comes the Horde. There's the Zarya ultimate, but a Hanzo ultimate counters that. Soldier 76 comes in, gets 1-2 eliminations. Tracer does pick up elimination there at the end, but they're not going to last very long, and they're going to be picked off by that red-haired dude, and that's going to make it tough. The Horde are going to have to reset. They got about time for one more good push. They do get to pick on that Ashe, so good opportunity here. They need to push in here aggressively, having eliminated that Ashe. About 30 seconds. They need a long way to push this payload. This is the hardest section to push this payload. So see if they can make some magic happen here, just like they did at the first point, to keep this match going. There's Bob again. And that Ashe is doing some damage with Bob and her dynamite there. You can see Bob gets 1-2 eliminations. Winter, 1, 2, 3, 4 eliminations by herself. I think we got the player of the game there, and that's going to do it for the Horde against a tough Wolves team. They really did a solid job, start to finish, on that match. The Horde finally settled on, I think, on a good comp there towards the end, but I think it was a little bit too late. Wasted a lot of time on that first point. Here's the play of the game. It was probably that one we just saw. She threw Bob out there. See, Bob's doing some damage, takes out a Guapo's Brigitte, gets a double elimination with Bob taking out Soldier and that Zarya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eliminations for that Soldier 76. And that is going to do it for the match. So the Wolves are going to win this thing 2-0. GG's to our friends from Triangle. And we're going to get set up. We got about 20 minutes till our Fortnite matches start. So we'll get set up for that, and we'll see you then. Until then, we'll see you next time.